Coming up this week on the Center of It All. One class hopes to help people with more than just their fitness. We talk to the trainer about what he hopes this class turns into. And we show you an art studio you may want to get involved with this summer. Mel kicks off the summer with some burgers, and we have a playful new pet looking for his new family. Don't go anywhere, it's all coming up next right here on the Center of It All. Welcome to the Center of It All. Victory Sports now offers daily boxing classes, but it's the purpose behind the classes that makes it more than just a normal workout. Wrap, stretch, punch. These are actions you'll see people going through every morning at a new class at Victory Sports. It's a boxing class, but this one is focused on more than just teaching techniques. It all started in the beginning of 2017 in January. Scott Everhart was a boxer at IUP, so when he was approached about starting a boxing class, he jumped at the opportunity.
I kind of got off to a slow start. I talked to a lot of people. I read as much as I could. And then it was only after the first of the year where we actually kicked off our classes. So it was really my boss's idea, and I just kind of took it and ran with it.
He started doing a lot of research as he came up with ideas on what he wanted the class to be, and he decided he wanted a boxing class for people with Parkinson's disease.
It's a small niche of people, but they don't really have that many options around here. So I thought, well, I work with some people that have the disease, and some of the stuff that we've done really made a big difference for them in certain areas. So I thought, well, I can help a lot of people if we kind of make the scale a little bigger. So
Parkinson's is a disorder of the central nervous system that affects movement, often involving tremors. It develops slowly, and often symptoms continue and worsen over time. Some of those symptoms include
rigidity. You lose a little bit of it's called a neuromuscular connection. So when I say, throw a 1-2 for somebody, it takes a little bit of time for their muscle to respond to their brain and throwing that left and that right.
So this class is geared towards helping to strengthen those areas.
A lot of research has been done lately that proves that small bouts of high-intensity cardiovascular exercise can go a long way on combating the symptoms of Parkinson's disease.
The class is an hour long and starts with stretching.
Stretching and flexibility is another problem that people suffer from. They really lose their range of motion, their flexibility, their mobility. So we try to work on that a lot. A big part of the class is really geared towards that. We start off the class with a lot of stretching and mobility work. So I know one of the symptoms that a lot of people really have problems with Parkinson's is flexibility and mobility loss. So they're really rigid. That's something that I wanted to make a mainstay because a lot of people don't really stretch that much anyway.
The next step is working on speed and agility.
We do simple drills like we use speed ladders and incorporate speed ladders to help establish that connection and get those motor neurons firing the way they should be.
And finally, it's boxing time. The last half of the class is a high-intensity circuit.
25 to half an hour ending, we ramp it up, and it's go time. It's high intensity cardiovascular exercise.
Small periods of rest and constant movements are supposed to help strengthen the muscles for people who suffer from Parkinson's disease. And that's what Everhart wanted to bring into his class when he designed the workout.
Small work periods, so it's constant motion, it's constant. They're getting after it, they're breaking a sweat. They're feeling good about themselves, and a lot of research has been done to prove that is one of the best ways to treat the symptoms of the disease.
And for him, seeing people feel good, healthy, and strong at the end of his classes is pretty rewarding.
It's a lot of fun to watch people from the first day and progress and learn how to move, how to box, and then as far as their work capacity goes, being able to finish the class and and not be exhausted, completely exhausted. So like that aspect's a lot of fun. The progressions that everyone's made so far is pretty phenomenal, and they all do a great job. They work hard, they have fun doing it.
Though the classes are laid out with Parkinson's in mind, you don't have to have Parkinson's to take the class. This circuit is open to everyone and can benefit anybody wanting to just come and strengthen their body while having fun.
We've had a wide variety of people with different severity levels of disease. So we've had people that come in wheelchairs, and they do the class. We've had people without Parkinson's disease take the class.
2, 1, 1, 2. Good. All right.
Classes take place every Monday and Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. and Tuesday and Thursday at 11:30. When we come back, we take off our boxing gloves and grab a few paintbrushes. Welcome back. Looking to pick up a new hobby this summer? We talk to a local art studio that has a wide variety of art you may be interested in trying. Two Painting Broads is just as unique as its name. The art studio was started about 2 years ago by two art-loving friends who wanted to bring creativity into their community.
We just never dreamed that it would take off as much as it did. So within a couple of months, we decided we needed our own space, and we rented a smaller studio, and we're there for a year. We've been here on Front Street in Phillipsburg for the last several months. We started in September.
What makes them different? Well, if you want to get involved, you don't have to come to their studio. They can pack up their supplies, hit the road, and come to you.
We can offer a painting party for any occasion at all. And we can throw some canvases in the car, and we can come to you, and we can have a great time in your garage or in your church or in your sportsman's club, or wherever you want to have a party. We can come and we can provide that for you.
But if you do live in Phillipsburg, they offer a range of classes daily. Things for adults, kids, even babies.
We offer lots of kids classes. Almost every Wednesday night we have Art Zone Kids for school-age kids. And a couple of times throughout the month we have Paint With Me, which is for the babies from birth to probably 3 or 4 years old. During the week at night is usually an adults class. So like ages 15 and up, you come and we all paint the same painting together, and everybody leaves with their own masterpiece. But we do all kinds of stuff.
And the nice thing about this studio, you don't have to be an artist or even have any artistic ability to come and have a good time.
The one thing that we do like to stress with everyone is this is fun. We don't expect everyone to leave here as a Picasso, and we're for all levels. We have people who come in here and do amazing work and then are not happy. The one thing that we hear a lot from people is, I can't even draw a stick figure. So my reply is always, well, that's good, because we don't do that here.
They wanted to give people something to do in their own community, a way to come together with new people, new faces, and just paint.
We are definitely grateful, and we are so thankful for the support that we've received from Phillipsburg and the surrounding community. We hope that we provide another opportunity for people to stay in town and find something to do here in town, something fun and unique.
For them, it was a simple passion of bringing joy to others through the use of art that brought their studio to life.
The best part about it is seeing people's reactions at the end of the night when they can look at what they've created and be really excited that they were able to spend time with their friends and family, and everybody walks away with a prize at the end of the night. We want them to come and feel comfortable. We want them to feel relaxed. We want them to be excited to think about what they're going to create when they come in. We want them to leave with satisfaction knowing that there's something to do in Phillipsburg, something different and unusual, and not something that's been done here before.
And they hope that through paint, canvas, and a brush, they can bring something positive to their community.
Just another way for us to spread light and love throughout the community and be able to give a little bit back.
For more information on their classes, visit their website at twopaintingbroads.com. When we come back, it's time to talk burgers with Mel. Welcome back to the center of it all. Summertime means grilling time. Mel shares a recipe that packs a little more punch than your normal average burger. Take a look.
Born on the bayou? Well, I wasn't. And despite all those pretty posies and exotic birds, it's those snakes and alligators that keep me from wanting to visit there. That said, plenty of Creoles and Cajuns call this mysterious outreach of Louisiana home, and they cook some of the most fantastic one-pot, one-skillet meals. Join me for a few minutes this morning while I show you how to make my Bayou pork burgers with Ragin' Cajun Remoulade. And it's a lot like our cocktail sauce in that it's served chilled and it's used to accompany or dress cold meats, poultry, or fish dishes. Now the Cajun Creole people, which are French in heritage, they've jazzed theirs up just a bit, and they add Creole mustard, horseradish, smoked paprika, and cayenne for heat. And in this container, I've got 1.5 cups of chili powder, 1/2 cup of Louisiana Creole mustard, 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of horseradish, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, a full tablespoon of smoked paprika, and a full teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And I'm going to put all of this in the work bowl of my food processor, and you can smell this smoked paprika. I'm going to turn this on for about 10-15 seconds. Adding 1/2 cup of vegetable oil slowly through the feed tube. This is just going to make it emulsify and thicken up. This looks perfect. Perfect. It's glistening and it's thick. I've transferred my remoulade sauce to the bowl, and I'm going to add almost 1 cup of fresh parsley. Just picked that out of my garden this morning. Almost 1 cup of diced celery. About 1/2 cup of green onions. And about 1/2 cup of white onion. Give this a really good mix. Now I've got 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, and I'm going to add about 1 cup of my remoulade. This is classic Creole remoulade. We're making it Cajun by adding some mayonnaise to it. And I'm just going to stir this together. This is going to be the topping for our pork burgers. Looks wonderful, smells wonderful, nice and creamy, great texture. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with plastic wrap. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. I'll tell you what I'm going to do with this a little bit later. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and it's time to put our pork burgers together. These Bayou pork burgers are a lot of fun to make. And a pork loin left untrimmed when ground has just enough fat on it to grill up a thick, juicy burger that will rival any beef burger that you've ever eaten. I've got 1.5 pounds of tenderloin. I've left all of the fat on the outside of it, and I've cubed it, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch cubes, no rules there. I'm going to put all these in the work bowl of my food processor. And a food processor is a wonderful way to grind all of your meats. I grind a lot of beef in my food processor as well. Put the lid on. Put the lid on. We're going to use some rapid on-off pulses. I use about 25 or 30. That meat is coarsely browned and perfect. It's beautiful. I'm just going to put this in a bowl. And there's no reason to wash your work bowl here. It's still very food safe. I'm adding peppers and onions. I've got 1/2 cup of white onion and 1/2 cup of yellow and red bell pepper. Now you can use green and red bell pepper if that's what you really want to do, but I really like the subtle taste of these sweet peppers better with pork than I do the green and red. So add these to the work bowl. And again, with the pulses, about the same, 15-20 this time. vegetables, perfectly minced in a short period of time. Just add these. Meat. It wouldn't be Ragin' Cajun without a tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, a generous tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, and a half teaspoon of Tabasco. Everybody loves Tabasco. Okay, I think I'm going to put 3/4 of it. Now, girls, don't wear your jewelry when you're making these. There's only one way to mix this meat, and that's to put your hands in it. Looks pretty, smells delicious. Want to get it really thoroughly mixed. This takes just a minute or two. Now, it's going to feel a little bit looser than a typical hamburger mixture, but do not fret, and do not be tempted to add an egg or breadcrumbs or any kind of binder, because there's one thing about pork. When we turn this into 4 even-sized patties, it is going to cook up on the grill just like a burger will. I've got 4 beautiful pork burgers here. I'm going to turn my stove on to medium-high heat. I'm using a grill pan. You can use a cast iron skillet. You can put these out on your gas grill. Do them any way you want to do them. I'm going to place all of these to the pan. If you have a grill pan that fits over double burners, you can make 8 of these at once. I'm going to let these cook for exactly 6 minutes per side, turning them only once. Exactly 6 minutes. They'll be perfect when they're done. "12 minutes is up. Pork burgers are cooked. Get them off of our grill pan or our grill. Let's head over to the counter and put these babies on some buns. So what did I do with the rest of that remoulade sauce that I made? Well, I stirred in some mayonnaise, and then I chopped up some Holy Trinity: celery, onion, bell pepper. I tossed it all together with some cooked pasta, and I made some Holy Trinity remoulade and Creole macaroni salad to go with our Ragin' Cajun pork burgers. For these and all of my recipes, just go to my website.
So far, that is still my favorite burger I've ever eaten. When we come back, we share an app that makes packing a breeze, and Nittany Beagle Rescue shares a pup that could be a great addition to your family. Welcome back. Planning a vacation can be stressful, but packing shouldn't have to be. We show you an app that makes it one less thing to worry about. The summer is often vacation time, and now with PackPoint, you never have to worry about being unprepared or forgetting anything you may need. PackPoint is a simple app that generates everything you'll need to pack with you for your trip. First, the app asks if you're male or female, then you simply put in where you're going, enter the date you'll be leaving, and how many nights you'll be staying there. Third, you enter your type of trip. You have 2 options, business or leisure. You then click the Select Activities button, and the app will generate a list of things you may be doing according to the type you picked. For business, it gives activities like a fancy dinner, business formal, and business casual. Select what activities you'll be doing on your trip, and then click Begin Packing. The app shows you what the weather forecast will be, including the highs and lows. It also separates the clothing you'll need to bring into each of the category you chose. Like for business casual, you'll need work shirts, pants, shoes, etc. It even has a suggested number of items you'll need to bring, or you can click the plus button and add an amount all on your own. For leisure, it offers a wider range of activities like swimming, snow sports, beach, and hiking. You click the activities, and then the app generates a packing list. You simply click items off your list as you go, or you can swipe right to delete items you feel you don't need. The app also saves your previous trips you've gone on. Just click the arrow at the top of the screen by your location and all your trips are saved, with their packing lists in one place for your convenience. You can also customize your packing activities and templates, but to do this, you will need to upgrade to PackPoint Premium. If traveling isn't in your plans this summer, then maybe it's time to think about adding a new member to your family. Our pup this week is young but eagerly looking for his new home.
Thanks, Alicia. I'm Sam from Nittany Beagle Rescue. I'm here with Punky, one of our newest beagles. We've only had him about a week now. He's a 2-year-old male. He's probably 35 pounds. He's a little bit bigger for a beagle, but that's 35 pounds of love. He's just a really lovable guy. He loves belly rubs apparently, and he's been in a kennel his whole life. He's only 2, so that's not that long, but so I think he's just very starved for attention. He loves to lean on you and just get pet. We had him at Petco this past weekend, and he was very good with everyone there. He was good with the kids, he was good with other dogs. The one thing, since he's been in a kennel, he doesn't quite have good manners, so he jumps, and for small children he might knock them down, but it's just out of friendliness. So he just needs a home where you're willing to put in some time and train him a little bit. Because he was in a kennel, we aren't sure if he's housebroken, but he's young and he does respond to food and affection, so he should be pretty easy to train. He has some energy, so we'd want to adopt him to people who are willing to walk him a lot or have a fenced-in yard.
That wraps up this week's Center of It All. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.